Hello everyone and welcome back to the Doctor's Garage here on YouTube. Now, I know it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've made any videos on YouTube. It's been a long time since I've posted on my Instagram. But this video, I guess, is to say that I'm back. I haven't gone anywhere. Life's just been really busy. So I've been busy with my proper job, I guess, the way I actually make money. And so I just haven't had time to film stuff with my cars. However, summer is now here. And this summer, I've got a lot of new things to add to my Defender and also my Series 1, and also potentially a new project which I'm hoping to bring to the channel. So in this video, what I thought would be useful is just to talk about some of the things I've added to my Defender and my Series 1 since I last spoke to you guys here on YouTube. There's been a few little additions I've done that I haven't filmed, and so we'll do a walk around of both the cars and just talk about some of those features. I guess at this point, what would be useful is if you guys can let me know, what do you want to see more out of this channel? You know, I grew this channel probably about 2 years ago, started at the end point of lockdown, and it grew and grew and grew. I don't know what we're at now, something like 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, but what would you like to see more of? Would it be more Defender projects? Would it be more series projects? Would it be other vehicle projects? Because I have a couple of other things in mind. I also have a Harley Davidson motorcycle, which I'm planning on doing quite a lot of work to this summer, and properly modifying that and customizing it. It is bone stock at the moment, so there's a lot of potential there. But also at the same time, I've got a lot of parts which I bought last season for my Defender that I haven't fitted yet, that are just in the garage. So that's going to be quite exciting this year, getting all those parts, getting ready, getting them fitted, and also anything new that comes my way. So let me know what you want to see more of in the comments below. And without further ado, let's have a look around some of those new modifications I've added to my cars since you last saw them. So let's start with the series. So the series is still running as good as ever. I've just taken it out for a quick spin, and it is, honestly, it starts first time, it doesn't have any problems, breaks down never at the moment since I've been driving it, and I absolutely love the thing. It's been absolutely brilliant, and actually it's been a better vehicle for moving stuff around than my Defender has because of the no roof situation and kind of being able to just drop stuff in the back. Stuff that I've added to this car since I've seen it is going to be the new seats. So the seats, if you can remember before, were quite holey. They were kind of sort of ripped, and a lot of the sponge was kind of coming out of them, and they were just leaking everywhere, all over the floors, making a real mess. Were very uncomfortable to sit on. However, these brand new ones are much nicer. A couple of things still need to be done, which is making sure those little ties are on the back, and you probably need some new ties here. As you can see, we've just gone to these little pegs, and that just means the seats stay up, because it is quite annoying when you're driving by yourself and the seats keep flying down all the time. So they have been done, and I have kept the original seats for those purists here that will think that changing seats is not a good idea. But I went for green, thought we'll keep them kind of standard-ish, and I've also got some seats for the back, which I will be adding soon to this car. It's a great runaround, the series, to be honest. It's really good, like around town car. I know that sounds stupid, but it's a great car around town, actually, just for nipping around. Doesn't get going that quick, you know. You get to about 40 miles per hour, probably just about that, then it does start vibrating quite a lot. But you know what, it's a great car, and I've really enjoyed owning it so far, and I'm looking forward to kind of just cleaning a few bits up on it. I know originally when I got this car, I talked about loads of stuff like, oh, respray and all this stuff, and actually I'm going to leave it exactly how it is. The only thing I would like to change is probably the tyres. So I've seen a few inspiring vehicles over on Instagram and YouTube where the tyres and the hubs have been changed, and I think they can just help fill the arches a little more. So that's something on my list this summer. These tyres are borderline perishing, you can see here actually, or perished maybe, so not really the safest tyres to be driving around on at the moment, but that's something that we're looking at this year to get sorted out, and that will keep it still looking pretty factory, but just a few little modifications to it that I'm planning on doing. So that's a series. That's all what's happened to it since you last saw. Just some seats in the front. It's basically been away all winter. It's been hiding away in storage, and so hasn't really had any chance to come out, but I've had it out today on this beautiful blue sky day, and it's been absolutely brilliant. So next up, the Defender. Again, this hasn't actually been used that much, to be honest. I don't use a car day to day, to be honest, and so my Defender is sort of more something I get out at the weekends. If I'm doing certain jobs, for example, I'm going to the tip today, so going to take a trailer along with the Defender. So we're on our way to the tip now. I've got my trailer in tow, and we're in the Defender, obviously. I could take a Series 1 actually, but it's probably not going to be the most fun drive ever, but it does have a tow bar. I'm sure it can tow this little trailer I've got on the back. So I guess I wanted to say to you guys, it's been amazing that I've built this community here on YouTube and over on Instagram of similar like-minded people, all interested in really Land Rover products seems to be the main thing, although I know a lot of you are particularly keen on the old Defender, which I'm in today, but also I know there's a lot of you that have a whole range of different Land Rover products. I just want to say thank you for the support that you've given me over the last 2 years. Those that have subscribed to the channel, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do down below. And those that comment regularly, I really feel like I get to know people here on YouTube and Instagram, and it's been a brilliant community of people that we have here together. I know previously I've spoken about a lot of different ideas on the channel, particularly towards the end of last year, like meetups and stuff like that. It's something I'd really like to get going with, but unfortunately at the moment it's just time restrictions with the rest of life. I've not been able to do that very well. However, I'm now back on board, and I'm hoping that this will be a video that I do, and that spurs me on to make further videos of some of the other bits I've got to fit on this car, and just generally life living with Land Rovers and particularly Defenders. Talking about Land Rovers in general, at the moment, as you know, I have a Land Rover Discovery 5. I still have my Discovery 5, but it probably is getting to that time when I'm thinking about maybe swapping it for something at some point. I need to have like a 7-seater or something quite big, and so it's kind of coming up with an idea of what that would look like. And obviously there's this tendency with electric now and plug-in hybrids. I just don't know if I'm ready for a full electric car, and if I did, I don't know what car would suit. I've looked at things like the Q8 e-tron, because that's a full electric car. I think it can look quite good. It's got a bit of a Lamborghini Urus look about it if you get the hatch, I think it's called the coupe sort of version. But at the end of the day, I'm still very, I guess, attracted to Land Rover, despite all the problems that I might have had in my Discovery. Still a car that I think I would like again, or another Land Rover again. And so what Land Rover product do you go for? What Land Rover product can you get hold of? And do you go for a plug-in hybrid variant? I've driven the Defender 110 plug-in hybrid, which is great. Really like the new Defenders. I think they're absolutely brilliant cars. But for the cost and how much they are as a vehicle, you're not far off, say, new Discovery money, or even Range Rover Sport money, the new Range Rover Sport. I'm quite keen on the new Range Rover Sport. I think it looks really, really good, and that does come in a plug-in variant. So I'm kind of looking at all these options at the moment, thinking of a bigger car, like really needs to be up to a 7-seater that I need, family type car that still looks good. And I struggle with other brands. When you look at the other brands out there, I just don't think anything is quite a Land Rover. So kind of looking at all these options at the moment as well. So let me know again if you've got any suggestions around that. What would you go for? What would you be looking at as a reliable family car that still looks good? That's kind of what I'm after. So as you can hear, it's kind of motorbike season around all these roads. The problem with my Defender now is it's actually getting to the point where it's too nice to use for the jobs it's probably designed for, which sounds stupid, but it's kind of part of Defender life when you start putting things like seats in it. So for those that remember on the channel, it's got a full Lucari interior now in the front. It's got the headliners. It's got everything's kind of been redone in here. All new carpeting, new door cards. It's actually got to the point where it's a little bit too nice to use when you're just kind of going to the tip like I am today. And that's a bit of a problem for me in a way, because Defenders are obviously meant to be quite rough and ready cars, and you're meant to be able to use them for everything. And it is a great workhorse, but at the same time, it's one that I sort of am a little bit more precious about, which sounds stupid, but it is the case with my Defender. But I absolutely love my Defender. I can't imagine any other vehicle that would replace my Defender ever, so I'm planning on keeping this forever, hopefully. And stuff I've done to this car since you last saw it on the channel is actually in the rear. So if you remember before, it was just a steel rear. I'd put some really bodged carpet in it, and I've redone all that in the last, or over winter really, and now I have the matching seats that go with the front one. So it's what I've done here is I was looking at getting, obviously, Lucari that make the front seats do a rear seat version as well. They're very expensive to be in tan leather for the rears, and I could justify that for front because I kind of sit in there, use that space, but in the back I didn't want to go quite as much. So these are just vinyl, actually. These are just vinyl cushions here, but they're pretty much an exact colour match actually to the tan, and they're absolutely brilliant. So I can get in now the Defender, sit people in the back. It's been a really nice addition. And also, if you look on the bulkhead, just cleaned up the carpeting all around here, the wiring all for the This is for the heated seats, but it's all kind of recarpeted and just reupholstered really, which I did that too. So I kind of tidied it all up inside and just made for a much more comfortable space in the back of my Defender. So that's something I've done, something I'm quite really pleased with. It was a super easy fit, and actually I've got the same steel frames with cushions to go in the back of the series. Difference being, these are going to be green, but I think I have had people sat in the back of here, but it does feel like you're going to roll out the back of it because the side's not very high. So new seat backs will be really good in the back of here. So that is the plan for this year and this summer really, is what I'm planning on doing. There we have it. I have not disappeared anywhere. I'm going to be getting to making more video content with my Defender Series 1. I really enjoy it when I was doing it last year, and it's just been a long time since I made the last video, probably December, but looking forward to kind of getting back on with it. And any ideas that you got, anything you want to see more of, inspire me in the comments below, and I'll get to making some of those videos. But for now, I'll see you guys very soon.